Are we live? All right. Welcome, guys. Hey, all. Yeah, congrats. We finally made it. It's it's kind of crazy. Like 24 hours passed by so quickly or too slowly. I don't know. For me, it was really, really slow. Felt like days and weeks. Anyways, we're finally here with all the results and everything. A few things before we announce our winners. Zoe, can you go over the character design?
Yeah, so thank you all who kept us company in the middle of the night. Just to break things up, we had a little character design sprint with me and Nick, and these are some of our creations. Thank you to Iris, Himat, Alice, and Andrew for your amazing submissions. We had a lot of laughs.
And for design sprint, which one was this, Zoe?
This was with Jen. She ran our social media design sprint. Do you want to say a couple of words, Jen?
Yeah, sure. So it was really fun. We basically, to keep with the theme of mental health, we made like a notification affirmation style social media post. And I talked a little bit about marketing and design and personal branding. And Anne submitted this and it looks great. So if you missed the design sprint on marketing and social media, feel free to check out the recording later. So I also wanted to talk a little bit about Emerge GX. I'm the marketing officer and also a self-taught designer. So everything that I taught you guys for the design sprint, I kind of learned on my own. So I know how hard it is to kind of learn on your own. There's no one to support you and no one to give me feedback to improve. And there's also no sense of community to keep me motivated to continue learning and doing my best. And that's why I'm part of Emerge. So we help students like you learn through live and engaging courses, and you'll get feedback so you can improve and stay motivated in your learning journey. So we're actually offering a UX design course starting in September. The instructor is the creator of UX Library, Joshua Kola. And as a special promotion due to the Protothon, we are offering an exclusive discount on our courses. The discount code is VXP10, and you can apply it at emergegx.com. It does expire tonight on Sunday, August 29th, and there are limited seats available. And make sure you sign in with Google before applying the discount. So if you have any questions or if the discount code doesn't work, just message me on any of our social media platforms at emergegx. And again, the discount code is VXP10. And I'll pass it back to the VXP team.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. Yeah, thanks for all the support you guys have provided us throughout this entire journey. It has been amazing to have you guys aboard. Now, before we announce the results, a couple of words from the few of our judges here. We had an amazing team of judges that went through all of your projects one by one and got some really good results out of, like, they were really fascinated. So we have a few words from, let's start with David first. David, go ahead. Introduce yourself and general feedback.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I'm David Benito. I'm the UX team lead at Central One, as you can see right here. One of my colleagues is another judge, Kieran Bela. It was really fun being involved in this and meeting my fellow judges and being part of the panel yesterday. And I just want to thank everybody that was involved. And Eric, you and Nick have done a fantastic job keeping it all going. It's been a great experience. Thank you.
Thanks, David. It was amazing having you here too. Let's have Jarrell go next.
Hey, everyone. I think as you guys know me, my name is Jarrell. Eric, I'm not sure if I'm being seen right now. Anyway, it's fine. So yeah, I really had a great time doing judging and doing the workshop. I thought that it was a lot of fun. Thank you for hosting this. And I think like what I kind of discovered from what everyone kind of did was that there's a lot of overarching themes. They kind of got into the nooks and crannies. Some people kind of skimmed over it, which is okay. I think just a lot of people can go further with their ideas and just kind of go for it. And I saw that, you know, a lot of people had really good UX or really good UI, and there was a really cool mixed bag to see everyone. So, you know, congratulations for all the work that you did. I've never done a hackathon before. I think I did one when I was in university. It was like a 36-hour Ludum Dare, a 72-hour. I don't know. It was nuts, but I can't imagine how much you guys are going through. So good job, everyone.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the participants. Like, it was really great to see such fantastic work done in such a short period of time. It's mind-boggling how you guys even did that. Very cool.
Thanks for the kind words, guys. And we have Claire.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire. I'm a product design lead at Nailers, and I am also a co-founder of Collective Studio, a Discord community where we have 900 plus members, and we host design sprints as an education module for free. So feel free to hit me up if you want a Discord invitation. But this is so much fun. I have so much fun judging and critiquing everyone's work. There are lots of different skills involved in research in such a short period of time. And I love hackathons because I used to actually have competed in several myself, and it's a very nerve-wracking experience, but it's also something that you can also take home and just have lots of fun and memories with. And you all did such an amazing job, and I had so much fun just critiquing and enjoying everyone's work and poking into your thought process. So great job. And thanks for having me, Eric.
No problem. Always a pleasure. It was great to have you here too. And now, yeah, guys, everybody did so well. So proud of everybody here. To me, all of you are winners, and like you guys have gotten comments and feedback from all our judges on our Figma, or we have further comments on for your prototypes that we'll be sending to you personally through email or Discord. So make some iterations, and I'm pretty sure you guys will have some amazing portfolio pieces for maybe like for a job in the future. This will be amazing. So without further ado, let's go beyond. Let's see what's next. I forgot which one was the next slide. Okay, yeah, it was like what I expected. So out of the 20 submissions that we had, all of them were amazing. And out of that, we had to narrow down to top 8. So we got Creative Vision, Control Alt UX, Team CRISPR, Cake Squad, Control Z, MediMatch Plus, Dream Team, and Cognitive Creators, making the top 8 out of the 20 submissions we had. Now we'll be moving forward with Copperleaf's award for best value-based decision making. So I have Ian here with a few words and introducing the winner for this particular team.
All right. Hey, everyone. Not Ian here. My name is Nick Sertic. That's all right. I'm the Director of Product Development Operations at Copperleaf. You heard from Ian yesterday. He gave a keynote and gave some information about Copperleaf. Jarell and Eva were involved with the workshops as well as reviewing the submissions. So I'm really happy to be here today to be announcing the winner of the Value-Based Decision Making Award. So as you heard yesterday, Copperleaf, we provide decision analytics for companies that manage critical infrastructure. And part of our key value proposition for the software that we sell is how can companies make informed decision about where to spend their money. So we're all about collecting data and analytics and generating insights from that. So the winners of this award will receive $250. When Jarell and I were reviewing all the applications, we spent a lot of time looking through the top 8 and assessing them. We were evaluating them on 3 different criteria. So first was how well are the designs attempting to measure something which isn't directly quantifiable. So for example, with the theme that we had over the past 24 hours, how could someone measure a mood and try to quantify that? The second was how well did you leverage data and inputs to drive insights? So for example, if you reported feeling frustrated quite often, would that recommend some resources for you to help deal with that? And lastly, how well did your design keep your user invested in the journey and reward them periodically with some material goal in mind? So user engagement, keeping them using the app and keeping them happy with using that. So in general, Jarell and I felt that everyone did a reasonably adequate job in hitting these criteria. There wasn't any one design which really knocked it out of the park against all of those 3 criteria. There were some that were very strong in one of them, but not so much the other two. There were some that were decent in all three, but weren't strong in any one in particular. But with that being said, again, Jarell and I were really impressed with the quality of the UX and UI designs, and they brought us a lot of delight in looking through the Figmas and the associated materials. So that being said, I'm really pleased to announce that Control Alt UX are the winners of the Copperleaf Award for their Autism Mate app. So just to provide a couple more context about that, relating to our criteria, what we really liked was that there was engagement within their app in terms of measuring how many of the tasks they completed each day. And there's a community within other individuals, which we'd like to see. And there's also a really neat analytics dashboard. So what was unique about that is you could record symptoms each day and then review the metrics over the past month and then use that to generate some insights. So for example, they highlighted in their app, 30% of the meltdowns happened at around 3 p.m. So from the Control Alt UX team, wanted to acknowledge Anosha Ashfaq, Indrajit Betty, Risa K. Chua, and Yim Chung Chan. So again, congratulations to those winners. Before I pass it over to Eric, we at Copperleaf really just wanted to commend all of the teams that participated in the Protothon this weekend. Eva, Jarell, Ian, and I really just wanted to acknowledge all of the hard work that went into this. And from our perspective at Copperleaf, was really rewarding to be part of this community. Again, we're really happy to be sponsoring this year's events and working with the team at SFU that helped put this on. And if you're interested and have any questions about Copperleaf, looking for general advice, want to send us a meme or two, post on the Ask Copperleaf channel or connect with us on LinkedIn. So I'll pass it over to Eric.
Thank you very much, Nick. I really appreciate all the support you and the rest of the team have given VXP. You guys have been amazing, and we truly appreciate your efforts. We couldn't make this event as big as it is without your guys' support. We really appreciate that. And with that, let's play the presentation slide by Control Alt UX to get a better idea on what Nick was actually emphasizing on.
Good morning, everyone. I am Indrajit on behalf of my Control Alt UX team. We are thankful for this wonderful opportunity. Please meet the UX designer team who worked really hard on our AutismMate project: Anosha, Indrajit, Riza, and Yim. Being parent is tough enough, but hardship may exacerbate when accounting for mental health of their child. Approximately 1 in 66 children in Canada is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. However, not all parents feel prepared to handle the autism-related diagnosis. The spectrum itself varies from person to person. Some people feel the challenges to complete their daily activities. Others need less help to complete their difficult tasks. Some of the challenges with autistic person are social, communication, and behavioral, which makes parenting even more difficult. Yet, there's almost no empirical literature on how to help parents educate their diagnosed child. Now think about the parents who just got the news of their child being diagnosed with autism. How difficult that would be for them to understand what's happening with their child. Parents of children with autism, they face the challenges, how to identify triggers for their child. It's difficult for them to understand their child's thoughts and emotions. They are worried about their child's future. On the top, there are social stigmas to it. The parents often feel a unique stigma because the child with autism do not usually have identifiable characteristics, such as in Down syndrome, and do not even have physical devices such as wheelchair. Their child's behavior can always be mistaken as a terrible parenting or neglect. So parents need help understanding and identifying triggers so that they can minimize or prevent stressful situations for their children. For our project, we created our proto persona, Meet Anisha. I probably won't go too much in depth with the persona, but I'm covering her needs and pain points. She needs what triggers her needs information, what triggers her anxiety in her children, learn how to help her children when they are stressed. And she needs advice from professionals on how to prevent her children from entering stressful situations. But her pain points are simple. She needs a simple solution to help identify the stimuli that triggers her child and learn ways to help her children cope with stressful situations. Her lack of experience and exposure to children with autism leads her to feel at loss. To emphasize with our user and to solve their problems, we wish to improve their lifestyle with this conceptual journey that we want them to have after their child get diagnosed with autism. The initial news is difficult enough for them, but it gets even worse when their child's disruptive behavior confuse them or upset them and they feel helpless how to help their child. From there, we want to take them to the much neutral place where they can have an app where they can track their child's behavioral situations, symptoms, and mood, which can help an AI to help a parent understand their child better and give them resources. Over the time, when AI gets enough data to help parents understand their child's symptoms and what triggers their child, then they can actually predict a better resources and have a better information how to handle them, which can make parents as well as child's life helpful. To implement our vision, we brainstorm our ideas with how might we statement. Some of them are to help parents understand about autism. And the second category is to understand the factors that affect child with autism and how to track that. And the last category was to help parents handle the situation once they are already in the situation. Due to time constraint, I probably won't walk through all the statements. We finalize one how might be statement to design our solution. We want to help parents of children with autism determine which stimuli serve as a trigger for their child to help them avoid the meltdown situation. So we created an app, Autismate, and our goal is to support parents whose child has been diagnosed with autism, but by providing resources, allowing users to track their daily behavioral data, and then granting the users access to the community so that they don't feel alone, and providing ways and resources to help parents with child to cope. For example, a soothing music app. The key features of our designs are trigger tracker, almost like a calendar, community forum to connect with the peers, and meditation, a soothing music to calm child as well as parent. This was our background process to create an app. And at last, we will be validating. The next steps are validation, which will be conducted by usability testing of the users. Users will be given 4 tasks to complete, and then we can define our solution better and improve our app better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Control-Alt-Delete UX, for presenting Autismate. Sorry, I have my stream running in the background. But yeah, so you guys won the Copperleaf Award for Best Value-Based Decision Making and will be awarded 250 Canadian dollars later. Okay, with that, let's move on to our third place. So can we have some drum rolls by any chance? I don't know how we can do drum rolls online, but Nick, are you able to set something up? Just to build tension. I like to build tension right now. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah, on third place we have Control Z, another control team with presenting us. Now we can I'm not sure the name of the application, but yes, let's see what they have presented.
Our Control Z here presenting you with our concept Together. Together is a mental wellness app that provides a safe and supportive environment for anyone to monitor and improve their mental health. To kick off our project, we started off by identifying our initial assumptions regarding mental health. We use the empathy map canvases so that our team has a chance to get in the mindset of the users that we want to provide value for. So the people who need help and people who want to help. And it also helps create a starting point for us to guide us into our research phase. For research, our goal is to build context and a greater understanding of the problem that people are facing. We interviewed 5 users who were experiencing some form of mental distress, and we also conducted secondary research to test our assumptions and build context for our solutions. Some of our interesting findings that we gathered are that these individuals that we interviewed often build routines and exercise to maintain their mental wellness, and there are adequate resources available, but our interviewees think that they are costly and they often label and categorize them by the severity of their mental health, making those who are suffering other types of distress feel left out and alone. And individuals are also more open to seek help from people that they trust and can relate to before reaching out to professionals. So from our research, we developed our persona, Jordan.
From our insights, we landed on the problem statement, how might we provide the resources and tools necessary to create a safe environment for individuals to seek support from ones they trust. From our interview phase, we discovered some key pain points and room for growth. One of them being individuals are most willing to seek support from a friend or loved one before reaching out to a professional. Here we formulated the idea of having a buddy system based on Dunbar's model, where you can see that an individual can have up to 150 meaningful relationships, with only 5 of them being in the closest circle. And this became the basis of our support system within our app. To summarize our 3 pain points, we found commonalities in individuals not feeling as though a resource was meant for them based on the diversity and breadth of their solutions. Secondly, there was mention of the hassle of having to document heavy amounts of data. This was a key pain point in breaking an individual's routine. And thirdly, individuals feeling isolated or dismissed of being placed into a category of mental illness. To best summarize our solutions and implementation, we will be presenting our design process and prototype.
Here we made low fidelity wireframes and moved on to high fidelity prototypes. We wanted to include a quick and easy onboarding process that would allow the participant to understand the entire scope of our app before creating an account. On our landing page, we wanted to include multiple progress reports so it is easily accessible to monitor one's mental state. The homepage includes journal archives, mood tracking reports, buddy updates to let you know how your buddy is doing, and course and list progress. We wanted another tab to incorporate courses that were customized to the participant that included learning material for all information regarding mental health, material that would be easily digestible and not jargon heavy. In our navigation bar, you can add entries for journaling and mood tracking. There's a daily streak system that encourages the participant to keep adding and create strong habits to monitor their mood, exercise, and emotions. They would have a choice to keep it private or share with their buddies. We know how difficult it is to reach out to a loved one, so we wanted to create a buddy system that would allow buddies to check on the participant's wellness and allow the participant to quickly reach out with curated messages if they were in need of help. Lastly, we added a resource tab that provided information on assessments and where to find appropriate help, mind and body exercises to facilitate a clear mind, and podcast and article content for the participant to read and listen to about everyday people sharing their own experiences with mental health.
Speaking of our usability testing plan, testers' comfort would be paramount for us, and hence the guiding principle is test the product, not the people. We have decided to use the think aloud method, as the research tells us that it's cheap, robust, flexible, and very easy for us, our team, to learn and apply. Recruiting will be fairly easy for us, as the interviewees have kindly agreed to assist with our usability testing. Furthermore, we can reach out to our individuals in our personal and Slack communities. Essentially, we'll be testing 3 pages: our journal page, course page, and a support page. What's next? Well, research shows that a support system coming from the closest friends plays a huge part in mental health support of an individual. Therefore, it becomes imperative to let the support person, or the buddy as we call them, take advantage of mental health literacy resources available in place. Hence, we propose a separate user flow for this individual and further develop prototypes to recruit, onboard, and educate. Therefore, we have created the following persona to guide us further. Meet James Smith, a family-oriented, experienced person and an early adopter of technology. James is aware of mental health issues, but still bases his understanding on popular wisdom and colloquial usage of terms such as anxiety or depression. James would want to support his son, Jordan Smith, who was diagnosed with anxiety, and model his behavior appropriately in the best manner possible, without negatively affecting the relationship and making a positive impact in his son's life. And that will be the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time. It was a real pleasure for our team to work on this project.
Congratulations to Control Z with Sandeep Adder, Stephanie Ng, Tiffany Liu, and Jessica Courtney. Okay. All right, and without further ado, we would like to hear a word from the judges. Was there anything that particularly stood out to you from this presentation?
Sorry. Yeah, no, it was very strong. They deserved to be up in the top three. I don't know if any of my fellow judges are still around, but yeah, I really thought they did a great job end to end.
I guess my add-on comment would be, I like the fact that they're already within 24 hours, you have an afterthought of what you want to do to improve the overall design and ideation. So good job on that. And I had so much fun just judging this work. So great job.
Thank you so much. And we'll be moving on to second place. Drum roll, please.
There's not really drum roll here.
Yeah,
I can really
okay,
snap
well,
my fingers at this
take
point.
one. Thank you, Nick, for all right.
Now, for second place, we have, Cognitive Creators. Woo.
Woo. This is presented by Isabel Won, Sue Ai Tun, Juhi Kar, and Christina Kim.
Welcome to Team 11 Cognitive Creators and our project, LeafBud, a mental health app that grows with you. Smartphone usage is nothing new for the mental health space. There's currently 325,000 different apps that are available in app stores to users as of 2017. However, high rates of downloads and interest in these apps doesn't necessarily equate to high retention rates and usage. 58% of smartphone users in the US have downloaded a health app, and 45% of these users have actually stopped using these apps due to data entry burdens and loss of interest. Additionally, these people have varied attitudes toward the use of these apps, many of them finding them very annoying, depressing, a burden, or even prefer to forget that they're ill. So this brings us to our problem statement and mission. How might we design an app that provides a low barrier entry to learning more about mental health, encourages continuous long-term usage, and offers a welcoming community? Let's take a quick look at two of our target users and personas. So take Jason, a university student who's trying to gain more knowledge about mental health. Some of his major goals are taking care of his general mental health and increasing his knowledge, but he finds it very frustrating that he loses motivation in tracking his mood and feels that his journaling is pointless. Now let's look at Sarah, who started working and is unable to manage her emotions due to new challenges that she's facing. She suffered with health issues in the past but has not sought a therapist and wants to find out whether or not she truly needs one. She wants to also find a sense of community of people who feel the same way as she does. So our team believes that the mental health journey doesn't happen overnight. Like a plant, it must be nurtured consistently despite changes in the weather. So introducing LeafBud, a mental health app that grows with you. LeafBud is a way to understand and better visualize your own personal mental health journey as symbolized by a plant that continues to grow day by day, despite changes in weather and other external challenges. At LeafBud, your plant is continuously growing, just like yourself. So even on days where it seems like you're not making any progress, to represent this in the most user-friendly method possible, we have a plant that is continuously growing each day, which eliminates the focus on logging daily moods, which has been an issue in the past with daily mood tracking apps. So with continuous use of LeafBud, you'll be able to create the roots and foundations of gaining a stronger awareness of your own mental health journey. A second feature is resources, which provide accurate information by suggesting different mediums like articles, videos, and podcasts about mental health. Third, we have a journal, which is an open space to vent or even use guided journaling templates to start. And users can use different methods such as typing, adding photos, recording a voice memo, or even drawing. And finally, we have a forum, which provides a sense of community for users to discuss questions and topics to understand that they're not truly alone in this pursuit. Finally, I quickly wanted to go over our usability test plan. So some of our test objectives is to observe how users navigate the app to complete tasks, see which features users gravitate towards the most, and understand how to make these features more intuitive, inclusive, and best supportive of users' mental health journey. This moderated remote test will be performed over Zoom and recorded, and some metrics that we will use are measuring errors using the Jacob-Nielsen scale, as well as satisfaction using the single EASE question 7-point rating scale following each task. So what's next for LeafBud? We have 4 features that we would want to include in the next product. The first one being suggesting when someone needs a therapist according to their long-term statistics. The second one being making updating logs easier by adding some auto update feature. The third one being talking with an AI bot, because some people prefer to talk to someone that sounds more like a human. And then lastly, assisting in planning offline meetups with therapists and other professional services. From Team 11 Cognitive Creators, thank you so much for your attention, and we look forward to hearing your feedback.
Oh, congratulations once again, Cognitive Creators. You did an amazing job, Isabel, Suhai, Juhi, and Christina. And now from a word for our judges, Claire, would you like to speak a little bit about their project?
Sure. This is one of the most professional and beautiful presentation I've seen out of all the other works that we've judged today. I really love the illustration, and I think the overall UX UI design is amazing. The only thing that I thought was it's a bit basic, if you ask me. You know, I think it's a very good approach. It's a good start to, tackle mental health issues, but I'm more looking forward to see if there's some other ways it can be expanded to, help on tackling this issue in the design perspective.
Yeah, it was a tough choice. This was a really strong contender. As Claire said, visually beautiful presentation, really well done. And the way the colors and the tone of voice all match the theme, very strong. We really liked it. Just felt, maybe lacking in innovation a little bit. Some of it just felt a bit kind of safe and familiar, but overall just really, really well done.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Pass it back to Eric.
And now the moment we're all waiting for, first place. First place will be winning 1,000 Canadian dollars, and we'll take the first place of VXP's first ever Protothon, which is not just VXP's but Canada's first ever Protothon. So drum roll. Yes, but in first place we have Green Team. Woo!
Congratulations, Amber Wilson, Cynthia Hopper, Destiny Williams, and Winnie Tan.
Hi there. Hopefully you can hear me and everything's going well. We are literally the dream team. You can't see me on camera because I couldn't get it to work really fast, and well, I'm here now. Our app, our solution is called Convey, the emotion translator communication app for the support networks of loved ones suffering from mental health disorder symptoms. So we did a lot of fun stuff here. We started off with a lot of fun stuff: discovery, research, and synthesis. So we wanted to focus in actually on mental health literacy for support networks of identified patients. We prioritize the issue that could be a solution that could be solutioned within the scope of this challenge. We identified the opportunities, gaps, and pain points by speaking to users. We spoke to 6 users. We had a interview script. We were able to compile the notes. We made an affinity map. We also started off with assumptions, and a lot of them were validated, a lot were debunked. So from there, we actually wanted to pull in a subject matter expert as well. So we brought in Dr. Katie Parker, who's a PsyD. She's a psychotherapist, and she was able to give us a lot of insights regarding the families and loved ones of people with mental health disorders and suffering from the symptoms of that. So she said the 2 main problems with communication between loved ones and their connection suffering from mental illness is fear. At the base of everything, it's always fear. Whether it's they're angry, they lash out, they're upset, it's because of that. Another pain point for them is exhaustion. Even talking and communicating can be really frustrating for them because it often leads to nowhere. They feel hopeless. They feel helpless. They're not literate enough really to understand how to properly convey their own feelings in a safe and productive way. Additionally, there's limited knowledge. And she even warned that sometimes giving them a small amount of knowledge can be more dangerous because, you think you know everything, but you don't. And that's why she actually insists that anytime her families are on a text chain with each other, she has to be on the chain so that she can watch out from the side, not to intervene all the time, but only when it's necessary to keep them on track. Other therapists also do this, and it's an effective way to tackle issues as they arise, but some are afraid of privacy issues. The main tools that she uses are I statements, asking them to take a break from each other, and also using a talking stick. So we crafted some user stories based on the user interviews that we did. We did 6 user interviews, all with support network people who have loved ones who are impacted by mental health disorders. As a loved one, I want to communicate about mental health symptoms in a healthy way so that miscommunications do not negatively impact our relationship. So we clarified further, drilled down a bit more. As a loved one, I want to communicate to my loved one about mental health symptoms without getting overwhelmed so that our conversations do not turn into unproductive arguments. We also did a journey map, and we based this journey map off of the research that we did and the affinity map that we did because we wanted to pinpoint the opportunities. And, there's obviously a lot of room for growth in how we communicate currently. It tends to turn into fallouts, arguments, miscommunications, and then we all repeat the maladaptive cycle, and Dr. Katie Parker was able to confirm that as well. So the core pain points and needs. They're helpless and frustrated. They don't know how to diffuse intense emotions during a heated conversation. So we ideated a pause button to alleviate that tension and provide a healthy space. They're also unsure how to set boundaries or communicate without either parties becoming defensive or upset. So we utilized the cliche that Dr. Katie Parker had suggested, which are the I statements. And that's going to come by way of a form that they fill out. So it's a structured conversation method. And then finally, they're exhausted from walking on eggshells around their loved ones. It's negatively affecting their own mental health. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. There's so much that we did this weekend. Therapist interception when needed to create safe, async, moderated space. That is our third feature. So how might we? They're here, and these are our features. We spill it out for you. And we really wanted to validate this because while we had the subject matter expert to support and back a lot of these things, in fact, that she was already doing it, but just using normal text, and knowing that other therapists were trying to do it, but they were worried about privacy. So this would alleviate that for them. So this is an onboarding flow and the flow into our key features for the support network person, for the loved one of the person with mental health disorders and suffering from the symptoms thereof. So we had a usability test plan. We wanted to get a lot of ages. So we got someone in their early 20s, early 30s, early 50s, and we were able to get some really good insights. So from these 3 participants, right, we were able to validate that a lot of this is something that they feel comfortable with. They know that conversations like these can become potentially toxic and unproductive because people are defensive. And Dr. Katie Parker says when people are being defensive, that's where communication ends and you're no longer having a conversation. So the I statements help them not get out of the hand with their own emotions because they're also upset. The format is a great way to prevent the conversation from derailing. The pause button creates a sense of safety by allowing an out. And then there's also some quotes in here. And then obviously you have a moderator to be the voice of reason. So we did some key iterations based on that. We moved the feeling questions. Users didn't understand what happens when they pause. So we made that a bit more clear. We added a countdown and we helped with the home base. So here are the final designs. I think I have like 30 seconds left. Guess what? We're going to prototype land. Here we go. So you sign in. Yes, I want to connect and talk with my friend, Jane Hollingsworth. She's currently having an episode. You know, she's not feeling very well. So I want to let her know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling helpless. So let's start the conversation. I see that Jane is feeling anxious. Okay. Let's say the conversation's got way out of hand. So I can go ahead and hit a reset button. How do I want to reset this conversation? I want to format it or pause. It's not too bad yet. So let's go ahead and format the conversation with I statements. I fill that in and then I send that in. Conversation's currently paused because we're waiting for her to return her I statement. So I can't do anything. So I'm going to go back home. Oh, and now she's got the I statement. Cool. Let's check it out. Maybe I don't like what she says. Let's try that again. But this time, let's give her some space. So let's go ahead and confirm the pause and start the timer. And there we go. Now we're done. And it's paused. I have a timer. And that's it. Oh my goodness. How do I stop this recording? Thank you.
Once again, congratulations to Dream Team. You guys did amazing. Amber, Cynthia, Destiny, and Winnie. And just a final piece of feedback from our judges. David, would you like to start?
Sure. Yeah. Take a deep breath, everybody. It was quite an onslaught. We felt this team took a risk with the casual tone and with just the volume of information, but they drew us in with the story. It's just impressive how much they were able to get done, the research that went into it, and how that led to choices they made in the app. Just an amazing job. Yeah, really like this one. But as I say, it's a bit of a risk. It's not a conventional presentation. It's not as professional as the previous one, but overall, they kind of won us over.
Yeah, I agree as well. It took a very casual approach in the presentation route. It was a very risky move, but I just loved the energy. I loved it so much that even during the presentation, I was having so much fun, just like, understanding the research process, the insight, and all this work that they put in within only less than 24 hours. So the energy was just everything. I also love the fact that the design solution is so unique. It's something that it's not a bit out of the ordinary. It's very specific, very focused, and I really love that. And I think you just tackled the solution with a great design solution. So amazing, and congratulations.
Yeah, but lay off the Red Bull, okay? Too much energy.
Despite the 24 hours, you guys definitely blew us all away. I loved the energy you brought into your presentation and incredible, what's the word? I'm losing words as well. Incredible referencing nonviolent communication processes. I've been learning a little bit about that myself, and I thought the I statements were really, really powerful. So once again, congratulations to all of our winners, Control Z, Dream Team, Cognitive Creators, and Control Alt UX. Thank you so much for being a part of our first ever Protothon. Despite all of the little minor hiccups along the way, you guys pulled through. You survived a 24-hour competition, and you guys are part of history. Stay tuned. We hope to make this an annual thing, and we'd love any of your feedback you can give us. Yep.
And I would also like to thank the VXP team for having, without whom I wouldn't have been able to host this event, and then the support from our partners and sponsors, Copperleaf, Ikigai Green, SFU, obviously, and all the community design communities that supported us. So please do check them out. They're all very lovely, and it will definitely help you down the road in terms as a designer. Anyways, yeah, I personally thank you all for coming, and yeah, have a good rest of your day. Get some rest.
Yeah, you guys deserved it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And as always, all of the videos are uploaded on our Discord, and we'll be uploading more throughout the week. So stay tuned. Yeah.
Signing off.
Sweet dreams, everyone.